I remember the sun that morning. It was warm on my hands. I was driving to see my daughter. She lived 2 hours away. I was 73 years old, not sick, just old. Then my chest got heavy, not like pain, like someone put a soft rock inside me. I tried to breathe deeper. My left arm felt strange, not numb, just not mine anymore. I remember looking at the road. The trees were green, the sky was clear, and I thought, this is a good day to go. That sounds strange, but when death comes peaceful, you know it. Your body doesn't scream, it whispers. My hands let go of the wheel, not because I wanted to, because my hands forgot how to hold. The car started to slow. I remember thinking, I should pull over, but my legs didn't listen. My foot was still on the gas, but soft, very soft. Then the sound changed. The engine became a hum. The wind outside became a song. Everything slowed down, not scary slow, like floating in a warm river. I felt my heart stop. Most people don't talk about this. They say death is darkness. They say it's nothing. But let me tell you, the moment my heart stopped, I felt something I cannot explain with words. Peace, real peace. Not the peace of sleep, not the peace of silence. The peace of coming home after a very long trip. The kind of peace where you don't remember why you were tired. You just know you don't have to be tired anymore. I was still in the car, but I was also not in the car. I saw my body, my old hands on the wheel, my head leaning back against the seat, my eyes half open, my mouth slightly open too, like I was about to say something but forgot the words. The car was still moving, slow, maybe 20 miles an hour. It drifted to the side of the road, gravel under the tires, then soft dirt. Then the car stopped against a small tree, very gentle, like the tree caught me. I watched all of this from above. Not above like a bird, above like I was standing on air 2 feet behind my own head. I could see my bald spot, I could see the wrinkles on my neck, I could see my favorite brown jacket. And I felt nothing sad. I felt curious, like looking at an old photograph. That was me, I thought. That body carried me for 73 years. Good body, tired body. Now it's done. Then the light came, not from the sun. The sun was still there. This light was everywhere, behind me, inside me. I didn't have eyes anymore, but I could see. I didn't have ears, but I could hear. What did I hear? A hum, like a million people singing one note. Not loud, soft, like a mother humming to a child. I turned, or I thought I turned. There is no turning without a body, but I moved. I moved toward the light, and then I heard a voice, not outside me, inside me, like a thought that wasn't mine. Not yet. I stopped. The light stayed. The humming stayed. But something held me, very gently, like a hand on my chest saying, wait. I looked back at the car. I saw my body, and I saw another car stopping behind mine. A young woman got out. She was crying. She ran to my window. She opened my door. She touched my neck. She started pressing on my chest. I wanted to tell her, it's okay, I'm fine, this is beautiful. But she couldn't hear me. I floated there, between the light and the car, between the hum and the crying woman. And I felt two things at the same time. I felt the peace of the light calling me, and I felt the love of that stranger trying to save me. Maybe you have felt this, that moment when you are between two worlds, not afraid, not sad, just waiting. I waited. The light did not go away. It stayed behind me like a warm sun on my back. The woman kept pressing on my chest. I heard her say, please don't die, please. I wanted to laugh. Not because it was funny, because I wasn't dead. I was more alive than I had ever been. But I also knew I was going back. Not because I wanted to, because something in me still had work to do. Then everything went soft, like falling backward into a bed of feathers. The light faded, the hum became a whisper. The woman's voice became louder, and I opened my eyes. I was in my body again. My chest hurt, my head hurt, the sun was still warm. The woman was crying and smiling at the same time. "You're back," she said. I tried to speak. Nothing came out. My mouth was dry, my throat was tight. But inside, I smiled, because I had seen it. The other side, the peaceful light, the waiting place. And I knew one thing for sure. Death is not the end. It is the beginning of something very, very soft. The young woman's name was Sarah. I learned that later. In that moment, I could only see her tears falling on my brown jacket. She was still pressing on my chest, but softer now, like she was afraid to hurt me. "An ambulance is coming," she said. Her voice was shaking. "Just stay with me, please." I wanted to tell her I was fine, but my body was heavy, like someone had filled my bones with warm sand. I could not move my hands. I could not turn my head. I could only look up at the roof of my car and listen to her breathe. Then I felt something strange. I was still in my body, but part of me was still outside too, not floating like before, more like standing in a doorway, 1 foot in the room, 1 foot in the hallway. I could feel the pain in my chest, but I could also feel the peace from the light, both at the same time. That is hard to explain. Most people think death is a door. You are either inside or outside. But I learned that day, you can stand in the doorway for a long time, and the doorway is not dark. It is soft, like twilight, like the moment between sleep and waking. Sarah held my hand. Her hand was warm, small. She had rings on her fingers, silver rings. I remember looking at those rings. They had tiny flowers on them, such a small thing to notice. But when you are between worlds, small things become big. I heard the ambulance far away, then closer, then the sound of tires on gravel, then voices, men in blue uniforms. They lifted me out of the car. I felt the sun on my face again. I smelled grass. Somebody cut the buttons off my shirt. Somebody put cold things on my chest. And through all of this, I kept seeing the light. Not with my eyes. My eyes were looking at the sky, the clouds, the trees. But somewhere behind my eyes, behind my thoughts, the light was still there, waiting. Like a lamp left on in a room I had just left. One of the paramedics looked at Sarah. "Did you do CPR?" She nodded. Her hands were red. I saw his car go off the road. I stopped. He wasn't breathing, no pulse. I just started pushing. The paramedic looked at me. "Sir, can you hear me?" I tried to say yes. My mouth moved. No sound came out. "He's in and out," the paramedic said. "Let's move." They put me in the ambulance. The ride was loud. Sirens, bumps, voices talking fast. But inside my head, everything was quiet. The light was still there. And then I heard the voice again. The same voice from before, soft, inside me. Like a thought that was not my thought. "You will remember this." I wanted to ask, "Remember what?" But I could not speak. "You will remember the peace, so you can tell them, so they are not afraid." Then the voice was gone, and the light became smaller, like a candle pulled far away. But it did not go out. It stayed, a small, warm point in the back of my mind. I closed my eyes. Or maybe I passed out. I don't know the difference anymore. When I opened them again, I was in a hospital bed. White ceiling, white sheets, the smell of medicine and clean things. a machine beeping next to me. My daughter was sitting in a chair by the window. She was crying. "Dad," she whispered, "you scared me." I looked at her, really looked at her. She was 45 years old, but in that moment she looked like a little girl, like the 5-year-old who used to climb into my bed after a bad dream. I tried to speak. This time sound came out, weak, croaky, like an old door opening. "I saw something," I said. She stood up. She came to my bed. She held my hand. "What did you see, Dad?" I closed my eyes. The light was still there, small, warm, at the back of everything. "I saw where we go," I said, "and it is beautiful." She started crying again, but different tears, not sad tears, the kind of tears that come when you are afraid to believe something, but you want to believe it so badly. I squeezed her hand. My hand was weak, but my heart was not weak anymore. My heart remembered the light. For the next 3 days, the doctors watched me. They said I had a massive heart attack. They said most people do not survive it. They said Sarah saved my life, and they were right. She did. But something else saved me too. Something Sarah could not see. The light, the hum, the voice that said, "Not yet." I am 73 years old, or I was. Now I am 73 years old, and I have died once, and I am not afraid to die again, because I know something now. Most people don't talk about this. They think death is the end. They think death is darkness. But let me tell you from the other side, death is not an ending. Death is a remembering. You remember where you came from. You remember the light. You remember the peace. And then you come back. Or you don't. Either way, you are not lost. You are just home. The hospital room had a window. I watched the sunrise on my 4th day there. The light came through the glass, golden, soft. It fell on my hands, my old hands with the blue veins and the brown spots. And for a moment I thought I was back in the other light. But no, this was different. This was morning. The other light had no morning, it had no night. It just was, always. My daughter had gone home to sleep. The nurses said I was stable. My heart was weak but working. They wanted to put a pacemaker in me. They asked me to sign papers. I signed them. But my mind was not in that room. My mind was still floating. That night, alone in the hospital, something happened. I did not die again, but I left again, just a little. I closed my eyes. The room was dark. The machines were beeping soft. And then I felt it, the same pull, not strong, like a gentle hand on my shoulder saying, "Come, look at something." I did not fight it. I let go. And suddenly I was not in the hospital bed anymore. I was somewhere else, somewhere I had never seen, but somewhere I knew. It was a garden, not a garden like on earth. There were no flowers I could name, no trees I had seen before, but there was green, and there was light. Not sunlight, a light that came from everything, from the ground, from the air, from my own hands. I had hands again, young hands, smooth, no wrinkles, no pain. I looked down at my body. I was not old anymore. I was maybe 30 years old, strong, straight, no ache in my back, no stiffness in my knees. I wanted to cry, not from sadness, from relief. I had forgotten what it felt like to have a body that did not hurt. And then I saw someone, a figure, standing under a tree that was not a tree. The figure was made of light, but soft light, like a candle behind thin cloth. I could not see a face, but I knew who it was. I cannot tell you the name, because the name was not a word. It was a feeling of being known, completely known. Every mistake I ever made, every lie I ever told, every time I was angry or small or afraid, this figure knew all of it and still loved me. That is what broke my heart. Not fear, not sadness, love. A love so big I could not breathe, but I did not need to breathe. I had no lungs there. I just felt, and feeling was enough. The figure spoke, not with sound, with something deeper, like the hum I heard before, but now the hum had meaning. "You have lived well," it said. I wanted to argue. I wanted to say, no, I was not always kind. I hurt people. I was selfish. I did not pray enough. I did not love enough. But the figure already knew, and it did not care about those things the way I cared. "You came to earth to forget," the figure said, "and you forgot well. But now you remember. You are not your mistakes. You are not your body. You are the one who watched, the one who learned, the one who loved, even when it was hard." I looked at the garden, at the light, at my young hands, and I asked the question I had carried my whole life. What is the point? The figure did not laugh, but I felt something like a smile, warm, patient. "The point is to love," it said. "That is all. Love is the only thing you can take with you. Money stays, houses stay, reputation stays, but love comes home with you." I thought about my life, my wife who died 10 years ago, my daughter who almost lost me, Sarah, the stranger who pressed on my chest, the neighbors I never spoke to, the friends I let drift away. I saw all of it at once. Not like a movie, like a single moment. Every face I had ever known, every hand I had ever held, every time I chose to be kind, every time I chose to walk away. And I understood. The light did not care if I was rich. It did not care if I was famous. It did not care if I went to church or not. It only cared if I loved, because love is the language of that place. The only language. I looked at the figure again. "Can I stay?" The figure was quiet for a moment. Then it said, "Not yet. You still have people to love. One more person. You will know who." I wanted to argue again, but the garden started to fade. The light became dim. My young hands became old again. The figure became a shadow, then a memory. Then I was back. Hospital bed, beeping machines, dark ceiling, the sound of a nurse walking in the hallway. I opened my eyes. Tears were running down my face. Not sad tears, not happy tears, tears of understanding. I knew now. I knew what the voice meant when it said, "You will remember this." I remembered the garden. I remembered the figure. I remembered the love. And I knew I had to go back to life. Not because I wanted to, because I still had work to do. One more person to love. The nurse came in. She saw my tears. "Are you in pain, sir?" I shook my head. "No," I said, "I am not in pain. I am just remembering." She did not understand, but that was okay. Most people don't understand until they go there themselves, and one day they will. I stayed in the hospital for 2 more weeks. My heart got stronger. The doctors put in the pacemaker. They said I could go home. They said I was lucky. I did not feel lucky. I felt chosen. Not in a special way, in a quiet way. Like someone handed me a gift and said, "Open this when you are ready." The gift was knowing. When I came home, my house felt different. The walls were the same. The old couch was the same. The photographs on the shelf were the same, but I was not the same. I walked into my living room and I saw dust on the table. I saw a window that needed cleaning. I saw my wife's rocking chair, empty for 10 years, and I smiled because I knew where my wife was. She was in the garden. She was with the light. She was not gone. She was just there, waiting, not sad, not lonely, just resting in that beautiful place until I came back. But I was not coming back yet. I had one more person to love. I did not know who at first. I thought maybe my daughter, but I already loved my daughter. I loved her with my whole heart, so that could not be it. I thought maybe Sarah, the woman who saved me. I found her address. I wrote her a letter. I said thank you. I said she gave me more than my life back. She gave me a glimpse of forever. She wrote back. She said she was a nurse. She said she had saved many people, but no one had ever written her a letter like that. She came to visit me. We sat on my porch. We drank tea. She asked me what I saw. I told her everything. She cried. But she was not afraid. She said, "I have been near death many times with my patients, but I have never met someone who came back and spoke with such peace." I told her, "The peace is real. Do not be afraid of the end. The end is a door, and behind the door is home." She held my hand, and I knew. She was not the one. She was a gift, but she was not the last person. Weeks passed. I got stronger. I walked every morning. I watched the sunrise. I felt the light on my face. And every morning I thanked the light. Not with words, with feeling. Just a quiet, "I remember." Then one day I got a call. My neighbor, an old man named George. He lived alone. His wife died 5 years ago. His children lived far away. He was 81 years old. He did not talk much. He kept to himself. The neighbor said, "George fell. He is in the hospital. He has no one. Can you visit him?" I went. George was in a small room, pale sheets, pale face. He looked smaller than I remembered. His hands were shaking. His eyes were scared. He looked at me and said, "I am going to die." I sat next to him. I took his hand. His hand was cold. "Yes," I said, "maybe. But listen to me, George. I have something to tell you." He looked at me like I was crazy. I told him everything. The car, the heart attack, the floating, the light, the hum, the garden, the figure made of love. I told him about my young hands, about the peace that had no end, about the voice that said, "Love is the only thing you take with you." George did not speak. He just listened. Tears ran down his old face. He squeezed my hand. "I am so afraid," he whispered. "I know," I said, "but you do not have to be. When the time comes, you will feel something soft, like a hand catching you, like a voice saying, 'Welcome home.' I have seen it, George. I have been there. It is real." He closed his eyes. He did not speak for a long time. I thought maybe he had left, but his hand was still warm in mine. Then he opened his eyes, and he smiled, a real smile. The first time I had ever seen him smile. "Thank you," he said. I stayed with him for 3 days. The nurses brought us food. We talked about his life, his wife, his children, his regrets, his joys. I listened. I held his hand. I did not try to fix anything. I just stayed. On the 3rd night, George looked at me and said, "I see it." "See what?" I asked. "The light," he said. "It is soft, like you said. It is beautiful." His hand went limp. His eyes stayed open. But he was not there anymore. George died, peaceful, with a smile on his face. I sat there for a long time. I was not sad. I was honored. He was the last person, the one I was sent back to love. A scared old man who needed to know he was not alone. And I told him. And he believed me. And he went into the light without fear. Now I am home again. I am 73 years old. I have a pacemaker in my chest. I drink tea on my porch. I watch the sunrise. I call my daughter every day. I wrote a letter to Sarah. I visit George's grave sometimes. But I am not here anymore. Not really. Part of me is already there. In the garden. With the light. With my wife. With George. The rest of me is here. Waiting. Loving. Doing small things. Being kind when I can. Saying, "I love you" before I hang up the phone. Because I know the secret now. the secret most people never learn until the end. Life is not about getting more. It is not about being right. It is not about winning or losing or keeping score. Life is about love. That is all. Every moment you love, you are home. Every moment you are kind, you are in the light. Every moment you hold someone's hand and say, "You are not alone." You are doing the work of forever. I do not fear death anymore. I have seen it. I have touched it. And I have come back to tell you, do not be afraid. When your time comes, you will feel something soft, something warm, something that remembers your name before you were born. You will go home, and home is very, very beautiful.